The charming colors of the night show the prosperity of this city. The bustling crowds show the vitality of the city. The skyscrapers tell us that this city must be very outstanding in terms of modernization. Welcome to the Walk East Channel's City Exploration Tour, Ningbo. Let us feel the richness, colorfulness and prosperity of this 1,000-year-old city together. Ningbo belongs to Zhejiang Province, China. It is located in the north of Hangzhou Bay and faces Shanghai across the bay. It is one of the core cities in the Yangtze River Delta. It is embraced by the East China Sea and is the world's largest port. The people here are very rich, and the city's GDP ranks 12th in China. Today, please follow my lens and visit this very low-key but charming city in China. Let's see how people in this bustling city go shopping, have fun and spend their city life. If you want to watch a pure ambient sound walking video without narration, please go to the video list of the Walk East channel and click on the 4-hour walking tour of Ningbo. I hope you enjoy this video, and don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. This will make me very happy and motivate me to make better videos. Before we start our trip, let's take a look at some interesting tips about Ningbo. The total economic output of Ningbo is equivalent to that of Portugal. In addition, Mahjong was invented by Ningbo people. A smart Ningbo person changed the cards into Mahjong games, and Mahjong has become the quintessence of China since then. Guess which city in Zhejiang Province has the most rich people? Not Hangzhou, Wenzhou or Yiwu, but Ningbo. The number of millionaires in Ningbo ranks 6th in China. It is said that Shanghai is the richest city in China, but most of the earliest rich people in Shanghai are from Ningbo. And 5 of the first 9 banks in Shanghai were opened by Ningbo people. The first Bund in China is not the Bund in Shanghai, but the old Bund in Ningbo. Guess which city China's first watch shop, first hardware store, first silk shop, first match factory, and first light bulb factory first appeared in? Yes, it's Ningbo. Today's video will take you to visit several famous must-see places in Ningbo. I hope you can visit and understand Ningbo through my lens in an immersive walking tour. In this video, you will see Ningbo's business district, Ningbo's temples, Ningbo's old streets, Ningbo's modern buildings and Ningbo's scenic spots. I try my best to keep the camera steady and walk at a constant speed so that you can watch comfortably. I also hope you can give me some suggestions for my video to help me do better. If you want me to visit a city in China, I also hope you can leave a message to tell me. I will try my best to meet your needs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ningbo. Our first stop on the walking tour starts from Ningbo's Tianyi Square. It is a day in April 2025. Around 6 p.m. The weather at this time is around 25 degrees Celsius, which is relatively comfortable and pleasant, and it is a good weather for shopping and leisure. As you can see, the design of the pool here is very special. There are endless fountains in the pool and tens of beautiful and exquisite billboards are erected, which looks vibrant. In Chinese, Ningbo means that the waves on the water are very calm and gentle. So this city is naturally inseparable from water. Tianyi Square is called Ningbo's city living room. It means that when you visit Ningbo, you must first come to the city living room to sit and take a look. So when you come to Ningbo for tourism, remember to visit Tianyi Square. You can eat, drink and have fun here. Everything is available. You are now entering the most beautiful bookstore in Tianyi Square, Kamazawa Bookstore. This bookstore covers an area of more than 2,000 square meters and was built in 2022. I released a video of Ningbo travel in January 2023, which also recorded the appearance of this bookstore in detail. 2 years later, the crowds here are denser and more popular. There are 300,000 books, a 16-meter high book wall, and a holographic projection coffee bar. If you are a cartoon fan, there are also countless cartoon toys for sale. At the same time, there are more than 2,000 LED lights here, making this place dreamy. If you spend 20 yuan on a cup of coffee, you can spend a few hours of happy reading time here. You can read books in this bookstore in Tianyi Square during the day and enjoy the joy of knowledge, and eat and shop in the restaurants and shopping malls in Tianyi Square at night. The total investment in the Tianyi Square business district exceeds 2 billion yuan. Many years ago, it was still a low-rise residential building for civilians. It has now become a city center square of more than 35,000 square meters, writing an urban legend of the interweaving of tradition and modernity. The average daily passenger flow here has reached 400,000 people. Look at these beautiful billboards. This long row of billboards are all showing the latest Vivo phones. The sweet and bright smiles of the female stars in their fashionable outfits seem to be telling you that using a Vivo phone is the choice of every fashionable person. And maybe someone will turn around and go to the Vivo flagship store next door to buy products after seeing the advertisement. The beautiful colors of the billboards and the reflections in the water complement each other, showing a charming atmosphere in the city at night, making people feel like they are traveling in the future world. Just by virtue of the modern design of the advertising row, this large pool is a good place to check in and take pictures. Many Ningbo citizens have regarded this place as an excellent place for friends to gather, family play or personal leisure. In Time department store and Tesco supermarket have laid the foundation for shopping here. BNC Butter and Bread and other internet celebrity first stores attract young people to queue for 3 hours to check in. Shipu Hotel and Rainbow Square KTV carry the urban memory of old Ningbo. The design team of Tianyi Square is also very impressive. The square jointly created by the American Morimoto Design Office and the local team takes water-friendly, green and modern as its core concept. Last year, the sales turnover of Tianyi Square was close to 10 billion yuan. Now you are entering the center of Tianyi Square. This is one of the most crowded places in the entire Tianyi Square. It is like a school playground or a Disney playground. People play here and enjoy various sculptures. Many people sit here waiting for the night to fall because there are colorful light shows at night. Children play all kinds of games here and enjoy their childhood without worries. You can see the entrances of several large shopping malls at a glance, and you can also see the flagship stores of major brands lined up in a dazzling array. You can understand Ningbo's Tianyi Square as New York's Times Square and Moscow's Red Square. So if you have the opportunity to travel to Ningbo, you must sit in this square and deliberately waste a little time here to enjoy the atmosphere of the city. In front is the Air Jordan flagship store of this city. This Air Jordan flagship store, with a double-layer 500 square meters industrial aesthetic space, injects basketball jeans into Tianyi Square. The store is inspired by the leaping trajectory of the Jumpman logo. It is said that this store also collects Michael Jordan's autographed jerseys from 1985. This is not only a place to buy sneakers, but also the source of the new generation's definition of Ningbo's trendy DNA. This street is now a flagship store street. For example, this Popmar store is a nationally renowned trendy toy store with a variety of trendy dolls. Many trendy toy enthusiasts come here regularly to see the latest fashion dolls. At night, the lights of each store are turned on, and the design-filled signs shine in the night, showing the prosperity of a modern metropolis. Tianyi Square, a downtown business district, is the best place to test the fashion of a city. You walk on the street full of beautiful things, looking at the affection and smiles of passers-by and feel the life of a Ningbo person. Ningbo people's dress is considered fashionable in China. The handsome men and beautiful women on the street have good hairstyles, good outfits, and good fashion sense. Many young people wear trendy hats, carry trendy bags, and wear trendy shoes, fully demonstrating their taste in clothing. The circular LED lights above the head are like flying saucers hovering in the sky, making the scene in a science fiction movie appear here. These brands on the street, whether it is Nike, The North Face, MLB Uniqlo or Peet's Coffee, each store attracts you with unique products and shopping environment. When you are tired of shopping, there are also the latest blockbusters waiting for you in the IMAX theater. So no matter when, a comprehensive shopping mall like Tianyi Square is indeed suitable for people to relax and have fun. In front is the largest Huawei flagship store in Ningbo, a 3,000 square meter double-layer glass hall. This is also the Smart Life exhibition hall carefully built by Huawei, which displays the latest new energy vehicles, mobile phones, computers, speakers, headphones, TVs and other high-tech products of Huawei. The exterior of the building is a mirror image of the Three Rivers confluence in Ningbo, with a curved glass wall to create a huge arc. The smart home sandbox in the store is equipped with the AI housekeeper of the Hongming system, which can control the lights and curtains at home in Ningbo dialect. The Mate X3 folding screen projection shows the real-time logistics heat map of Ningbo Zhoushan port. The store also has a display of Ningbo Metro dispatching system, a display of East China Sea fishing boat positioning system, and a demonstration of AI water control algorithm model. So, in this flagship store, you can not only buy goods, but also enjoy the latest scientific and technological research and development results of Huawei. When traveling to Ningbo, this Huawei flagship store is a must-visit place, and you must not miss it. This restaurant is a popular hot pot restaurant in Ningbo with an average daily queue of over 200 people. The Ningbo cuisine and hot pot here are very famous, and it is a good place for a meal. Ningbo cuisine inherits the gene of living by the sea in eastern Zhejiang, with fresh and salty in one, original flavor as its soul, and combines the East China Sea catch and the wisdom of the thousand-year-old commercial port into a unique flavor philosophy. Yellow croaker, hairtail, and swimming crab are collectively known as the three treasures of the East China Sea. And classics such as snow vegetable soup yellow croaker, salt radar net hairtail, and red rose stir-fried crab are performed. The stir-fried method of blending salt and freshness is the most amazing. The raw crab is sealed with brine, allowing the protein to decompose into an amber paste and ice cream-like dense meat. So don't forget to taste the delicious Ningbo cuisine when you go to Ningbo. The building in front that looks like a temple is Ningbo National Traditional Pharmacy. This is a Chinese medicine pharmacy founded in the Qing dynasty. This pharmacy is based on the motto of following ancient processing methods and using authentic medicinal materials. It has been guarding the Chinese medicine civilization for more than 150 years in the morning bells and evening drums in Ningbo. In the century-old store with blue bricks and black tiles, the camphorwood medicine cabinet is engraved with the glory of Southeast medicine capital. Around the winter solstice, citizens line up here to customize winter health medicines and foods. Interpreting the oriental wisdom of medicine and food are of the same origin in China. Because Tianyi Square is large, with many shops and streets, visiting it is like walking in a maze. When I was shooting Tianyi Square, I also randomly chose the roads to walk. I went wherever I saw lively and beautiful without customizing the most economical and reasonable route. So if you come to Tianyi Square to play, you can also wander around randomly like me, play wherever you see fun, eat and drink wherever you see delicious food and drinks. The reason why this place is called Ningbo City Living Room is that it can still represent the prosperity of Ningbo. Don't forget to take out your phone to take pictures of the beautiful scenery on the street and share them with your friends. As the economic center of the southern wing of the Yangtze River Delta, Ningbo contributes 1.2% of GDP, with less than 0.1% of the country's land area. In 2024, the regional GDP will exceed 1.6 trillion yuan, and the per capita disposable income will lead Zhejiang province for 18 consecutive years. This port city is constantly developing and growing with the three-dimensional power of the world's largest port plus private economy, plus advanced manufacturing. Ningbo Port has ranked first in global cargo throughput for 14 consecutive years, and will complete 1.26 billion tons of cargo throughput in 2024. The city is responsible for 40% of China's foreign trade containers, 30% of oil transportation and 20% of iron ore transshipment. Now, night is gradually falling, and Tianyi Square is about to enter its most charming moment. The lights of each store and the roadside ground lights are lit up, forming a starry dream world. Fortunately, the night scene shooting function of mobile phone cameras is very powerful now, and you can easily take amazing night scene photos here. The most admirable part of the design of this square is still its pool design. Even listening to the sound of the fountain quietly here is very relaxing. Under the illumination of the lights at night, the water splashes in the fountain and the lights complement each other, showing a happy and friendly atmosphere. For me, shooting walking tour videos in this atmosphere is a very enjoyable thing. That's why I tried to edit the video materials of Ningbo into a narration version to share with you my mood when shooting. Although the duration of my shooting is dozens of minutes each time, I don't feel tired at all, because these beautiful scenery will make me very happy. For the next minute, please quietly enjoy the sound of water and the surrounding sounds of the Tianyi Square fountains.
哦，那你先去换吧，你先去换吧。那我在这门口等你好了，就在这个购物中心门口。
There are 723,000 private enterprises in Ningbo, which contribute 83% of taxes, 87% of employment and 95% of listed companies. From clothing and textiles to high-end equipment, from optical electronics to automobile manufacturing, Ningbo has 83 single champion enterprises in the manufacturing industry, ranking first among cities in the country. This place should actually be the real entrance to Tianyi Square. The four big characters 2025 in the distance seem to tell the audience that welcome to Tianyi Square in 2025. The shops in this circle are mostly gold jewelry stores, eyewear stores and restaurants. The price of gold has been rising recently, so many people want to hoard some gold to increase its value. Many rich people will go to a prosperous business district like Tianyi Square to buy precious gold and jewelry. In the past year, the international gold price has soared from $2,000 per ounce to more than $3,000 per ounce, setting new historical highs. Due to the psychological stimulation of buy high and not buy low, the retail price of gold in China has risen simultaneously, from 600 yuan per gram to more than 1,000 yuan per gram, so buying gold has become a fashion. In addition, the cooling of China's real estate market, the volatility of the stock market, and the decline in the yield of bank wealth management products have led more people to choose gold as an alternative investment. The charming night walking tour of Tianyi Square ends here. Next, I will take you to visit Ningbo's exceptional important historical attraction, Ningbo City God Temple. Look at the densely packed lanterns hanging all over the sky. Is there a festive atmosphere? This is the most lively Ningbo City God Temple block in Ningbo at night. It is an ideal place to taste food and visit temple fairs. Various colorful lanterns are hung here on holidays, telling the famous historical stories of Ningbo from ancient times to the present. Many well-known food shops are scattered around Ningbo City God Temple. People can taste a variety of snacks with very little money and feel the charm of traditional food. Of course, this is also a holy place for dating and taking photos. Many girls wearing traditional costumes like to take beautiful photos of themselves dressed up here. This year is the year of the snake in the traditional Chinese zodiac, so you will see all kinds of snake-shaped lanterns. Ningbo City God Temple, which locals like to call Old City God Temple, is the most lively and story-filled place in the center of Ningbo. This temple has been around since the Tang dynasty. It has experienced fires, reconstructions, and even been transformed into a shopping mall for more than 1,000 years. But it has always been an indelible memory symbol in the hearts of Ningbo people. It is also known as Ningbo's Living History Museum. At first, it was a small ancestral hall dedicated to a general of the Han dynasty. The people thought he could guard the city and keep it safe. Later, when Zhu Yuanzhang was the emperor of the Ming dynasty, he designated the city god as a civil servant and built temples according to the city level across the country. This temple burned several times during its worst period, especially the fire in 1883, which burned the main hall and the stage to ashes. The buildings you see now were rebuilt during the Guangxu period of the Qing dynasty. However, The most familiar to old Ningbo people is the city god temple in the 1980s. Old Ningbo people often say, if you haven't visited the city god temple, it's like you haven't been to Ningbo. This place has never been just a place to burn incense. The current city god temple was renovated and opened in 2020, restoring its appearance in the late Qing dynasty. There is a 20-meter-long blue brick screen wall with 4 characters engraved on it, which means that officials should protect the country and the people well. The most amazing thing is the 2 stages in front and back. The roof of the front stage looks like an upside-down chicken coop. The 988 pieces of wood on the stage are stacked into a circle like fish scales, without a single nail. The older generation said that this design can make the sound of operas spread farther, which is simply the stereo sound of ancient times. The beams and columns are covered with gold foil wood carvings, engraved with dragons and phoenixes, and fairy stories. These are all Ningbo's intangible cultural heritage crafts: red gold lacquer wood carvings. The temple is always bustling with dragon and lion dances during the Spring Festival, thousands of lanterns during the Lantern Festival, and sachets during the Dragon Boat Festival. Young people come to seek marriage, and businessmen come to worship the god of wealth. The statue of the city god Jixing is placed in the main hall, and 8 good officials who have made contributions to Ningbo are also enshrined next to it. Recently, a hairpin flower circle parade was held, where girls wearing Fujian intangible cultural heritage headdresses danced in front of ancient buildings, and people squeezed their heads to take pictures. Upstairs, you can see the master craftsmen doing bone and wood inlay, making paintings with bones and wood, and making gold and silver jewelry on the spot, and tourists can also make a small bamboo weaving to take home. There is a stone tablet from the Guangxu period in the city god temple, engraved with the list of people who donated money when it was rebuilt that year, from wealthy businessmen to vegetable sellers. This kind of collective contribution is like the character of Ningbo people who dare to venture and fight, and gather together for warmth. There is also a special tradition in the temple hiding from deaths in the temple on New Year's Eve. Everyone comes to write wish cards and hang them all over the yard, which has become a heartwarming scenery. Nowadays, Ningbo City God Temple has old men and women doing morning exercises in the morning, white-collar workers eating fast food at noon, tourists checking in and taking photos in the afternoon, and young people dating in the evening. It is like an old magnet, attracting Ningbo's past and present together. Next time you come to Ningbo, remember to touch those shining stone lions. Their patina is the warmth of countless hands over thousands of years. Guys, the night walk of Ningbo City God Temple is about to end, and next we will go to the most famous park in Ningbo, Moon Lake Park. Welcome to Yuehu Park or Moon Lake Park. Look at the clear water and the yellow duck boats floating on the lake, and you will know that this is a very suitable place for leisure and play. Even if you just walk along the lake, you will feel relaxed and refreshed. In fact, Ningbo's Moon Lake Park has existed since the Tang Dynasty. Locals affectionately call it Yuehu, which is a green gem in the center of Ningbo. This lake has been alive for nearly 1,400 years, longer than the history of many cities. Although it is a free park now, it was a place where celebrities and foreign envoys often came in ancient times. Now this lake has become a favorite for Ningbo people to walk, take pictures, and fall in love. Yuehu was dug out during the reign of Emperor Taizong of Tang, around 636 AD, and it was originally a reservoir for flood prevention. In the Song dynasty, officials in Ningbo thought that water alone was too monotonous, so they piled up 10 islands in the lake, planted flowers and plants, and named them 10 Islands of Moon Lake. In fact, they are 10 poetic place names: Bamboo Island, Moon Island and Chrysanthemum Island in the east of the lake, Flower Island and Willow Island in the middle of the lake, Smoke Island, Snow Island and Hibiscus Island in the west of the lake. There is also a clothing museum hidden in this park, which is a treasure house hidden on an island in the middle of the lake, mainly showing how powerful Ningbo tailors are. The first Zhongshan suit in China was made by people here, and even the clothes of Chairman Mao and Premier Zhou are on display. The funniest thing is that there is an iron from 100 years ago in the display cabinet, which looks like a weight. Ningbo people regard Moon Lake as their own back garden. In the morning, old men and women practice Tai Chi by the lake, sing traditional opera under the willow trees, and bring their own thermos cups and folding stools. At noon, white-collar workers buy a latte at a coffee shop on the west side of the lake, sit in the corridor and drink while watching ducks swimming. In the afternoon, mothers push strollers to visit the museum, where trees planted by academicians from Ningbo are planted, and take their children to identify poplars or ginkgo trees. In the evening, young couples walk hand in hand under the light show, and the lake reflects colorful lights, which is more romantic than movie scenes. It is especially recommended to come in autumn, when the sweet-scented osmanthus fragrance in the lake can spread for 2 miles. And there is golden ginkgo rain on the island in the middle of the lake. If it snows, it will be even more amazing. The plum blossoms on Snow Island are matched with the snow scene, and any shot is an ancient-style blockbuster. Yuehu Lake is not only for sightseeing now, but also has many activities that can be searched. At Mid-Autumn Poetry Festival, a water stage is set up in Flower Island, and local writers recite ancient poems, accompanied by laser projection. Even Li Bai has to give a thumbs up when he comes. At Hanfu Day, every month, there are girls and boys wearing hanfu taking photos on Qingshu Street. In kayaking competition, although the lake is not big, it holds national competitions every year. It is very exciting to watch athletes drilling under the bridge hole. In Cultural and Creative Market, on weekends, the lake island is full of stalls, selling bamboo bags, Moon Lake-themed refrigerator magnets, and an uncle weaving grasshoppers with palm leaves on the spot. The clothing rental shop is right by the lake. You can dress up as a lady for a day for 50 yuan. How to get to this park? Take Metro Line 4 to Liuxi Station, or take Bus No. 1 or No. 14 to Yuehu Park Station, and get off at the gate. When is it open? It is open 24 hours a day, but indoor attractions such as museums close around 5 p.m. You can bring some bread to feed the koi in the lake. These fish are very smart and will gather around when they see people. There is a 30-year-old oil-sucking shop on the west side of the lake. You can chat with the ant in front of you while waiting in line and hear many old stories about Moon Lake. The ancient building in front of you is the Ningbo Drum Tower. This tower is undoubtedly the first landmark building and the most distinctive building in Ningbo. This building has been there since the Tang dynasty, but its current appearance is the result of reconstruction in the Qing dynasty. For more than 1,000 years, this building has been like a soldier who will never retire, standing here year after year, watching Ningbo change from a fishing village to a large port city. At that time, such a tall building was built in ancient times to serve as a lookout. Soldiers on the upper floor reported the time by beating drums and stared at the distance to see if there were any enemies attacking. The drum tower is divided into 2 floors. The first floor is filled with ancient drums and bronze bells, and the second floor is the current observation deck. You can spend 10 yuan to ring the bell 3 times to pray for your good luck in the future. In the current drum tower, there are old people exercising at the foot of the city wall in the morning. White-collar workers queuing at the entrance of fast food restaurants or Starbucks at noon. Tourists holding up their hands to take photos upstairs and downstairs in the afternoon. And talk show actors telling Ningbo dialect jokes on the second floor in the evening. The drum tower is like an old man who will never grow old. It not only guards the old soul of Ningbo, but also plays new tricks with young people. You can see the whole view of Ningbo Zhongshan Road on the second floor and the busy scene of the modern streets with heavy traffic. Next time you come to Ningbo, please remember to come to the drum tower to touch the ancient bricks and tiles. And stand on the city wall to look at the beautiful scenery of Ningbo. The story of this building is full of ups and downs. This building was once used as a post office and a police station. The second floor was also used as a night school to teach dock workers to read and write. In the 1980s, it was transformed into a children's palace, and on weekends it was crowded with children learning calligraphy and playing chess. It is said that there is a mysterious air raid shelter under the building, which contains some ancient and mysterious things. Now you can see an exhibition of the printing industry is being held in this building. The exhibition tells the audience how a book is born in a vivid way. If you are interested, you can stay here for an hour and slowly appreciate the manufacturing process of a book. You are now looking at the central business district in the east of Ningbo, a steel jungle of skyscrapers. Can you imagine that 20 years ago? This area was full of rice fields and villages, without a single modern building. Now the housing price here exceeds 100,000 yuan per square meter, which is no less than that in Shanghai. I rented a shared bicycle and rode through these modern buildings to experience the changes here. I find it hard to believe that this place was famous for growing rice and raising ducks 20 years ago and was a wealthy rural area in Ningbo. When it was to be converted into a business district, the surrounding villagers did not believe that this place would become a modern city. As a result, the Ningbo government invested 50 billion yuan for the first time, built the financial center and shipping center buildings here, and brought well-known banks such as China Merchants Bank and China Development Bank to set up branches here. Later, the investment amount was increased to 200 billion, and a total of more than 1,000 buildings were built. The famous Ningbo Global Shipping Center cost 1.4 billion yuan. Now, there is the most luxurious shopping mall in Ningbo. When it opened in 2021, the queues at the luxury store were longer than the Spring Festival travel rush. The mall invited a well-known Japanese designer to design it, and even the toilets look like art galleries. The tallest building in Ningbo is also located in this area, and it is becoming a landmark in Ningbo. "200,000 people work here, and there are more than 10,000 people working in the financial industry alone." Big companies such as Alibaba and Shanshan Group also set up their Ningbo headquarters here. By the way, regarding my video, I wonder if you prefer the walking perspective or the bicycle riding perspective. Please be sure to leave a message to tell me your feelings and suggestions about this video, so that I can make better videos in the future. Let's go on to talk about this central business district. There are a lot of financial companies here, with more than 30 banks and trust companies, including Bank of China and China Construction Bank. In terms of housing, the villa area for the rich here is next to the river, and you can see the cruise ship when you open the window. There is also a 3-kilometer ecological corridor walking path, where office workers can feed koi by the river during lunch break. There is also the largest library in Ningbo. The new library has a collection of 2 million books, and the 24-hour study room is always full. So, if you are a fan of modern architecture, in addition to going to Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou, the central business district in the east of Ningbo is also a good choice. The fountain square you are seeing now is a project costing 3 billion yuan. Locals affectionately call this square the CBD water stage. This fountain square is surrounded by famous financial companies, and countless financial elites like to take a walk in this square after dinner. At night, it is a super luxurious free light show with many dazzling lighting effects. The main fountain can spray up to 40 meters in the air, which is higher than the 10-story office building next to it. Because it is a holiday today, there are not many people in this work area. I am riding bike here happily alone, as if this fountain is only open for myself, which feels very comfortable. Any business building around may have the richest company in China, so here can be said to be China's Wall Street. There are more than 400 water pumps under these fountains, all controlled by computers. At night, there will be some new fountain styles such as waltz water curtain and butterfly water floating. By the way, do you know what a movie fountain is? A huge water wall fountain will also be opened at night. When the fountain is turned on, it will form a huge screen made of water. There will be a projector in the building opposite to project some advertisements and popular movies on the water wall. and many pedestrians will stop to watch. What's more interesting is that it will switch to water replacement mode on rainy days, so that the rain in the sky will become fresh water in the fountain on sunny days in the future. There is a high-altitude cafe on the top floor of the high-rise building opposite, where you can see the whole view of the fountain square. Imagine how pleasant it would be to sit in a high-altitude cafe, drink a latte, and enjoy the beautiful scenery formed by these fountains. Friends, remember, this is the CBD area of Ningbo Dongqing New District. Come and have a look when you have time. What you are seeing now is the Old Bund, the oldest in Ningbo. This is near the Ningbo ship terminal, where three rivers meet. The Ningbo government has created 5 business cards for Ningbo, namely Ningbo's merchants, Ningbo's port, Ningbo's scenery, Ningbo's clothing and Ningbo's Old Bund. There are both ancient Oriental buildings and modern Western-style buildings here. We walked into an entertainment district, a special district for shopping and food, and the most popular place to visit at night in Ningbo. I especially like the lighting atmosphere of this district, which makes you feel that the night here is very charming. The small shop next to this is both a restaurant and a pub. You can order food and have a meal inside, or you can sit inside and order a few bottles of beer for entertainment. Every pub will invite singers or DJs to sing or play pop songs inside, so that you can eat, drink and listen to songs at the same time. Each pub has its own unique style or theme. Some are good at performing folk songs, while others are good at performing rock songs. You can choose different bars according to your preferences. The consumption is not expensive. A dozen beers cost about 150 yuan. You can listen to performances all night here. After nightfall, young people in Ningbo like to dress up in a trendy and fashionable way, and come to the Old Bund to party and enjoy the nightlife. Because it is close to the river, after touring the streets, you can also go to the riverside to take a cruise to enjoy the night view on both sides of the river. Although the Old Bund is famous for its historical buildings, it has undoubtedly become an entertainment center for nightlife. However, if you happen not to want to entertain and drink and eat, there are also the old sites of foreign consulates in the last century for touring. At the same time, the Catholic Church was also built in the Old Bund in the last century, giving it some unique temperament. Other old buildings such as the old police station, Zhujiang Customs, Ningbo Post Office, Holy Jesus Church and the old commercial bank are also in the Old Bund area, which are worth visiting for those who like history. This small area is the Ningbo snack area. There are Ningbo-style bread, coconut milk, yogurt, candied haws, pomegranate juice, various barbecue skewers, spicy hot pot, various special hot pots and other delicacies. If you have an appetite, you can try them one by one. Of course, you can also come several times and taste different snacks each time. Eating while shopping is one of the greatest pleasures in this area. Among young people, Ningbo is called Little Shanghai because the pubs here are similar to the style of Shanghai. For example, the name of the bar in front of us, The One The Moment, is very interesting. The music atmosphere here makes people feel relaxed and free, which is commendable. Music is the soul of the bar, and music is always the winning magic weapon of the bar. The music here is absolutely unique. In other aspects, whether it is the quality of the wine or the service, it is first class. If you don't drink, there are ice cream and other delicacies waiting for you. This bar street in the Old Bund is definitely a place full of stories and wine. Every bar has its own story, and every glass of wine has its unique taste. Now we are about to walk to the most prosperous riverside area of the Old Bund. This area can be said to be the real heart of Ningbo, because it is the intersection of Ningbo's three major rivers. These three rivers are Yongjian River, Yaojian River and Fenghua River. The three rivers converge here and flow into the sea together, so there is a unique pattern of 3 rivers and 6 banks here. This place has been a strategic location since ancient times and is also the starting point of Ningbo's 1,200-year urban construction process. Since the Tang dynasty, this place has been one of the 3 largest trading ports in the country, and has become one of the 3 major ports of the Maritime Silk Road with Guangzhou and Quanzhou. In modern times, it is also known as one of the 5 earliest trading ports in China. Therefore, foreign companies, docks, churches, and consulates gathered here, giving birth to China's earliest Bund. This is the history of the Old Bund. The previous bridges, including Lingqiao and Jiangxiao Bridge, are not only traffic arteries, but also witnesses of history. For example, Ling Bridge, built in 1936, is China's first steel-structured single-hull circular bridge, so Ningbo Old Bund is 20 years earlier than Shanghai Bund. You can take a boat from the pier here, enjoy a 45-minute night cruise on the cruise ship, and watch the light show on both sides of the river. Today, Ningbo people are trying to make the Old Bund return to its peak. Some of the dock functions have been restored here, but it is no longer a port for shipping goods, but has been transformed into a water bus stop and a yacht club. The newly added cafes and rest pavilions along the Riverside Trail use modern design to reproduce the image of the ancient ferry. Even super high-rise buildings have become observation decks. Standing in front of the floor-to-ceiling windows on the 40th floor, under your feet is the 3 rivers that have been flowing for thousands of years, and in the distance is the winding light strip of the Hangzhou Bay Cross Sea Bridge. The word Bund appeared in the mid-19th century, meaning wharf. There are two interpretations of Bund: broad and narrow. The broad meaning of Bund refers to the wharf area engaged in foreign trade and cultural exchanges, while the narrow meaning of Bund refers to the foreign trade ports represented by Shanghai and Ningbo, which emerged after the First Opium War. Whether it is the broad meaning of Bund or the narrow meaning of Bund, there are some basic components. From the perspective of regional characteristics, the Bund is close to the river and the sea, and is a special piece of land connecting the mainland and the water. From the perspective of existence, it was once a prosperous wharf and a water and land transportation hub in local history. From the perspective of external form, there are many buildings such as consulates, foreign companies, and banks, and they show the characteristics of a combination of Chinese and Western styles. Due to the special role played by the Bund in modern Chinese history, this area has always been burdened with a heavy historical burden. As time goes by, and people's understanding of the concept of the Bund becomes more objective and broad, the colonial meaning attached to the Bund gradually disappears. Today, the Bund in people's minds has returned to its original meaning, that is, a long and narrow dockland near the water and the river. Under the guidance of this idea, the Bund has been replicated in different cities, and the Ningbo Old Bund is the ancestor of the Bund. What you are seeing now is the small night market in the Old Bund. Many small vendors sell their carefully prepared snacks and carefully crafted gadgets here. There are many internet celebrity foods here, which attract many young people. If you are a wise food business person, you can make a lot of money here in one night. If you are a foodie, you can also find the food you want to eat here to satisfy your cravings. Everyone, please take a closer look. What food in my camera makes you drool? Here are some popular foods that are limited to Ningbo. The first food to be recommended is definitely the red crab roll. The crab meat plus shandong pancake, 25 yuan per piece, is specially for the burning stomach after drinking whiskey in the bar. The second food to be recommended is Ningbo's rice cake. There are sweet seaweed rice cake, salty snow vegetable roasted rice cake, spicy kimchi cheese rice cake, which are kept hot in an incubator and are very popular. The third food is Ningbo's rice wine milk tea. Use Guyue Longshan rice wine to mix with fresh milk, and bury 2 fermented rice balls at the bottom of the cup, which is very delicious. The most delicious is seaweed dragged yellow croaker. The combination of seaweed and fish will make you feel so delicious that your soul will leave your body. This is a delicacy made by deep frying small yellow croaker with seaweed batter without bones. As long as you take a bite, you will feel as refreshing as the sea breeze in your mouth. What you are looking at now is the cruise terminal area, which is the starting point for a night cruise in Ningbo. After boarding the ship here, you will go upstream along the Fenghua River, pass through the Lingqiao Bridge, Jiangxiao Bridge and other cross-river bridges. The whole journey takes about 45 minutes. Along the way, the Tang and Song Dynasty wharf ruins, modern port buildings, and modern CBD skyline are connected. forming a water cultural corridor that spans time and space. When night falls, take a cruise on the river to appreciate the unique artistic conception of the river, and the lights are the same. And the history and the future are shining together, and feel the extraordinary charm of Ningbo's books contain the past and the present, and the port connects the world. This wharf is equipped with an intelligent ticketing system, and the waiting hall has a Ningbo Intangible Cultural Heritage exhibition window. Visitors can use the waiting time to appreciate the craftsmanship such as bone and wood inlay, gold and silver embroidery, etc. If you take a boat tour, you will be equipped with multi-language guide headphones in English, French, Japanese, Korean, etc. to introduce you to the history of the attractions along the way at any time. The second-floor open-air deck of the cruise ship is equipped with heated seats and provides carpet service in winter. The VIP box includes an independent viewing platform, and customized tea breaks can be booked. Ningbo specialty tea snacks include seaweed thousand-layer cakes and watermilled rice cake slices. The cruise ship has 3 regular flights every day at 7 p.m., 7:45 p.m. and 8:30 p.m., with a ticket price of 68 yuan per person. The night tour of Old Bund is not only a visual feast, but also a spiritual tracing to decode the urban genes of Ningbo. When the cruise ship cuts through the lights on the river, passes by the virtual projection of Tang and Song dynasty masts and sails, and passes by the modern reflection of the steel giant ship, the pioneering spirit of Born to the Sea and the cultural mind of inclusiveness of this 1,000-year-old port city are quietly revealed in the sparkling waves. What you are looking at now is Ningbo Nantang Old Street. Located on Nanjiao Road, Haishu District, Ningbo City, Zhejiang Province, adjacent to Nantang River, it is the only block among Ningbo's 8 historical blocks that retains the cultural landscape of one river, one street and one market. Its history can be traced back to the Song dynasty. During the Jiajing period of the Ming dynasty, it officially became the 3 markets of Nanmen, a commercial distribution center. It is famous for its regular market held on the 8th day of each month, and has continued its commercial atmosphere for more than 400 years. The block runs north-south and is divided into 2 sections, north and south, with Ziguanshan Road as the boundary. The North Street is based on traditional culture, and the South Street focuses on modern leisure, forming a unique texture that blends ancient and modern. As a protected area of Ningbo's Purple Line planning, Nantang Old Street currently has 7 cultural relics and cultural sites such as the Yuan family residence, Yongshui Bridge, and Yongshan Pavilion. It is a living specimen for studying Ningbo's business culture and the living environment of Jiannan water towns. The Old Street building complex is mainly composed of Jiannan folk houses from the Ming and Qing dynasties, interspersed with Republican-style buildings, elements such as bluestone roads, horsehead walls, and river piers have completely preserved the traditional street style. The first phase of the project focused on repairing 300 meters of historical streets, restoring shops, stone roads and river piers. The second phase was expanded to 900 meters, adding small pieces such as stage, octagonal pavilion, and wind and rain corridor to construct a fishbone-shaped street structure. Among them, Yongshui Bridge was built in the northern Song dynasty. It was once the throat of ancient Ningzhou connecting southern Zhejiang. The cultural space innovation of Nantang Old Street is also very good. New formats such as Fenglinwen Bookstore and Ningbo Cuisine Museum are embedded in traditional streets to construct an immersive scene of historical memory plus contemporary life. The theme Cultural Square uses AR technology to restore the grand scene of the Shibosi in the Song dynasty, linking light shows and digital art performances to give cultural heritage a modern expression. Modern brands such as Starbucks and cultural and creative handicrafts are also introduced here to form a catering, retail and entertainment complex, with an average daily turnover of 18% higher than before the renovation. Nantang Old Street is like an open three-dimensional history book, from the sales of the Sherbua Temple in the Song dynasty to the sauce aroma of the sauce factory in the Republic of China. From the morning mist on the Bluestone Road to the night banquet under the neon lights, the Millennium cultural vein is endless here. It is not only a container of nostalgia for Ningbo people, but also proves with innovative transformation that traditional blocks can be reborn in the modern urban texture and become a cultural hub connecting the past and the future. As the novel commented, the history here is not a specimen, but a life flowing in every brick and tile. By the way, I really like to stop and take pictures of these cute little animals during the shooting process. Look at this cute white and gray cat, how clean and smart it is. If you come to Nantang Old Street for tourism, don't forget to take pictures with the cute animals here. You are now at the Academician Center next to Dongqian Lake in Ningbo. The Ningbo Academician Center is located on the southern foot of Taogong Mountain in Dongqian Lake, with green mountains behind and clear water in front. Its predecessor was the former site of Ningbo Normal University, which was built in 1956. The renovation started in 2018 and was officially opened in 2020, with a total construction area of about 42,000 square meters. As China's first comprehensive innovation platform named Academician, it is not only a studio for top scientists, but also a model for the renewal of traditional villages. There is an old fishing village with a history of 1,000 years around here, with many brick and wood houses built in the Qing dynasty. The Ningbo government has implanted many modern technological elements into this 1,000-year-old fishing village. There are 13 ancient trees over 100 years old around here, which are ancient and quaint, making the environment here look particularly primitive. At the entrance of the village, there are ginkgo and red maple trees planted by academicians themselves, implying it takes 10 years to grow trees, and 100 years to cultivate people. The renovated lecture hall regularly holds popular science lectures, and villagers can communicate with academicians face to face. There are long chairs next to this corridor, and the large platform in front is a great place for taking photos. Take a look at this unique viewing platform, which is very suitable for overlooking the beautiful scenery of Dongqian Lake. With the ancient village and the beautiful lake as the background, you can definitely take a lot of beautiful photos. It is a wonderful happiness to be able to stroll in such a corridor in the spring season. There are various mathematical formulas and photos and profiles of scientists on both sides of the corridor, making you feel that this must be a place related to scientific research. Many popular photos were taken here. Especially on cloudy days, the lighting here is particularly good. The beautiful tree you see now is also a popular tree in the Academician Center. Many people line up here to take photos in turn, just to record this lovely tree. Please follow me around this beautiful tree and observe the unique features of this tree from multiple angles. Now we are in another fishing village next to Dongqian Lake, Limin Village. Limin Village is located in Dongqian Lake Town, Yinzhou District, Ningbo City. It is surrounded by mountains on 3 sides and faces the lake on one side. It is about 20 kilometers away from the center of Ningbo. Limin Village is very suitable for girlfriends or family to freely walk around, eat and play. You can enjoy the beautiful scenery of the lake while drinking coffee and chatting with friends. If you want to take a walk, you can walk and stroll in the direction of Zaipuchuo. The greenery and beautiful scenery along the way make people linger. There is also Guanyin Bodhisattva in the center of the lake, where you can make a wish and worship. In addition, you can also choose to take a cruise around the lake to experience the beauty of the entire Dongqian Lake. I really like to walk in such a unique small village and feel the original ecological atmosphere here. You can watch fishermen fishing here, or watch fishermen selling fish. These fish are all freshwater fish grown in Dongqian Lake. There is a small shop opened by the elderly in the village, where you can buy some snacks. There are many cafes by the lake. You can walk around the village and choose a favorite shop to sit down. Don't worry about being hungry. There are many stalls on the roadside where you can buy special snacks, such as magnolia jelly, roasted taro, fried skewers, stinky tofu, etc. You can also choose a food stall by the lake to taste the delicious Ningbo stir fry. Every corner of Limin Village is a good photo-taking spot, which is very suitable for taking pictures. The natural scenery of Limin Village is superimposed with humanities. The old houses are distributed along the lake. There are tea houses, studios, libraries. Every scenery in the village is like a painting. You order a cup of coffee, move a small stool and sit by the lake, listen to the waves hitting the bluestone slabs, watch the lake view, and blow the lake breeze. It's so pleasant. There is a pear tree here, which is nearly 60 years old. It was planted by an old man in the village more than 50 years ago. Every spring, the tree is covered with white pear blossoms, which contrast with the green leaves. The tree crown is tall, like a giant umbrella. Half of the branches and leaves extend obliquely to the water surface, standing tall above the lake, becoming the internet celebrity tree of this village. The villagers here did not expect that the village where they have lived for generations has become a very popular tourist destination. This may be the magic of the world's changes. As living carriers of the marine culture of eastern Zhejiang, these coastal fishing villages in Ningbo embody the deep integration of natural endowment, historical accumulation and humanistic innovation, and demonstrate the Oriental survival wisdom of harmonious coexistence between man and nature. The protection and development of Ningbo fishing villages not only provides a sustainable paradigm for East Asian coastal villages, but also verifies the transformation ability of traditional culture in the context of modernity. This composite value that integrates natural creation, historical wisdom and modern innovation makes it an important sample for studying the evolution of marine civilization. Hey guys, the 1.5 hour trip to Ningbo is coming to an end. Which moments left a deep impression on you? This is the first time I have tried to add narration to a long walking tour video. I wonder how you feel about the video. Are you a little uncomfortable with walking videos with narration? Or do you like this format with narration? I really hope you can leave a message to tell me your true thoughts. After all, I am also constantly exploring how to show the beauty of a city in the video, how to better share what I see and think with you. I also thank you for your continued support. This is the 5th year of the Walk East channel, and I have basically walked through all the best cities in China. I have had too many good memories in the past 5 years. I hope that through my own efforts, in the next 5 years, I can make more and better videos for you to repay your strong support for this channel. Well, thank you for liking Ningbo. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for your support and likes. See you in the next video.